Hi everyone, it's Jamie Ware, the Marketing Director for Blanchard Calhoun. As part of our new agent interview series, I've got James Laird here with me today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Absolutely.
So tell me just a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So, born and raised right here in Augusta. This is home to me. This is where all my friends and family are. I absolutely love everything about the city. Big golf fan. Obviously, I think it comes with the territory.
Right.
So, spent a lot of free time doing that. I graduated from Evans High School in 2015 and went on later to graduate from Augusta University as a business major. So, at the end of that was kind of where I started to bridge a career into real estate. But outside of that, I've got two awesome golden doodles. They're both big dogs and full of energy, so they keep me pretty busy on that. But yeah, other than that, I'm engaged, looking to get married next year, March 20.
Congrats.
Thank you very much. But yeah, other than that, just love being social, love being in the outdoors, being on the water, all kind of stuff like that.
Okay, so you're from Augusta, you went to AU. What got you into real estate? Why did you choose real estate over going into like a sales job or something else?
Sure. So just to kind of give you a little bit of the history about growing up. So my dad's been a contractor for over 20 years and kind of found a niche working with a lot of real estate agents. So naturally, I kind of built a network of knowing a lot of these people he was working for. He built a lot of great relationships with these people, and so that kind of was the peak of my interest, from the start, a long time ago. And it was always something that fascinated me. I was always one of those people, always scrolling on Zillow looking for the coolest new listings and stuff like that. But it was just never something that I really thought about taking into a professional level. So as I was kind of getting into the latter part of my degree, I was really kind of starting to think about, okay, what is life going to look like next for me? And that was kind of when the wheels started turning, and I was like, you know what, this is something you've always just naturally gravitated towards, so why not kind of think about taking the next steps into it. So as part of my degree, one of the requirements that I had to do was fulfill an internship with something that I had some interest in. At the time, a good family friend of ours he owned a brokerage here in Augusta, and he when I kind of told him I had a little bit of interest in the real estate world, he was gung-ho about getting me an internship set up with them, and naturally just kind of evolved into the industry after that, after I found it was something I just truly did love to do. So
That's awesome.
That's what got me into the business. Yep.
What's your favorite thing about being in real estate?
It's definitely always something new, from the people that you meet and you work with to just the different various properties that you come across. You see some crazy and weird things sometimes. It makes the career a little bit interesting. I'm a people person, and I love to help people, and that's kind of one of the things that I enjoy most about this industry is meeting all different walks of life and helping people navigate various circumstances and points of their life where they're truly lost and they don't know what to do. Being able to provide that guidance really kind of gives me, makes me feel good.
Sparks your joy.
Absolutely.
All right. You've been in real estate now for how long?
A little over 2 years now.
Okay, 2 years. And what brought you to Blanchard Calhoun? I mean, we love that you're with us, but what kind of take us through a little bit of that?
Yeah. So, I in the beginning, I had some traction of my own from the very start. And just naturally from me having a large network of people, just that kind of helped me get this career started. One of the things, as I was going through this, I didn't really feel like I had everything that I needed from the brokerages I'd worked with in the past. Mm-hmm. I really wanted to look for something that would kind of check all the boxes of things that I need. Obviously I'm not proud enough to say that I have my faults, so for me it was, okay, let's think about a brokerage that can really check the boxes of the things that I struggle with the most. Spent a lot of time kind of researching different brokerages in the area and just naturally kept gravitating towards Blanchard Calhoun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Since you've been here, are there any misconceptions that maybe you had out there in the marketplace prior, and then now that you've been with us, you've realized maybe was a little bit off?
Sure. So, I think one of the there's a common misconception about working with larger brokerages like Blanchard and Calhoun, and it's that, they stray away from it feeling like, that family type of vibe. And that was something that from the very first few meetings that I had with some of the leadership at Blanchard and Calhoun as I was making the decision to come over here, that was something that I discovered quickly is a big misconception. It's even though we are one of the larger brokerages in the area, it still has that tight-knit family feel. It's not a bother for me to ask questions. I have all the resources I need, and I can make a phone call and have an answer for something that I don't know within 5 minutes. So just being able to still have that family feel. If you're going to spend a lot of time with a certain company, whether it be 20 years or so, I'd rather it be somewhere that I enjoy, sitting down at and hanging my titles. So
that's awesome. And I do always say when we are talking to people who are thinking about coming or people who've joined, that you really don't feel it until you come in.
Absolutely.
And why don't you tell everybody a little bit about the first time you came to our sales meeting, kind of before you even got started with us and you were just kind of checking us out. Take us through that.
So that was a funny experience. So just to kind of backtrack a little bit, one of my first real job was I did martial arts for about 8 years, and as I got a little bit older, about high school age, they took me on as an assistant instructor and later a full-time instructor. So that was kind of the my entry level into learning customer service and all the great different things that come with being a business professional. And might seem a little abstract, even though because it's martial arts, but that was one thing that they did a great job of teaching us. Well, at the sales meeting, we there's different things that go on in sales meetings, not just crunching the numbers and talking about the market, but there's sometimes there's different things that get brought in, and the theme for this one was self-defense, and just so happened to be the same school that I spent that 8 years with. So naturally I got to be the test dummy in front of all these people that I had never met. This was something before I was even part of the brokerage. You guys kind of invited me in to come attend the sales meeting, and I had no idea what I was signing up for there, but
I don't think we knew you were going to be in a headlock.
I don't think so either, but you know what? Hey, I'm here for it, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and I think it was a great way to kind of break the ice and make sure everybody remembered my face after that.
Oh, so. Absolutely. I think we all thought on the leadership team, he's either going to come back or we're never going to see him again. So we're glad you decided to come back.
Absolutely.
So circling back to just, when people are picking their brokerage, what's a piece of advice you would give either someone thinking about getting into real estate for the first time, or someone who might be in the process right now of choosing who to hang their license with? Sure. Do you have any advice for them?
Yeah. One of the mistakes I kind of made, jumping into things from the get-go was, I didn't really take the time to research what everybody had to offer. Obviously we're in the business of selling. So naturally, when you walk into a brokerage, it's their job to sell you on a position working for them as an agent. Don't always go for the first thing that sounds good. Really take some time and research several different brokerages, and kind of ask around too, not just take what you get from those interviews with the brokerages, but ask people that have been in the industry for some time, even if it's not their brokerage specifically. What do you know about this brokerage? And a lot of them will have good things and bad things to say, but it's nice to get the realistic answers from people like that too. I think that can kind of uncover a lot of things that you don't see, going into those type of interviews. So the biggest thing I can say is really take your time, research it, figure out what things you struggle with the most and which brokerages will do the best in helping you overcome those.
Perfect.
Yep.
Well, we're super excited to have you on board, and we're just excited. We're excited about the things that you're going to be doing, and if we can support you, we're here for it.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.